Onegaishimasu. Hi, welcome. Today is September 15th. It's Tuesday. It's basics, and so what we're going to do is today and for the next couple of weeks, we're actually going to go over some of the USAF requirements for 6Q, 5th Q, 4th Q, and maybe even up to 3rd Q. So we'll go over both the technique side as well as the ukemi, and we'll hopefully have a little fun with all that. So let's go ahead and get started by standing up and warming up. Okay, hand up and down. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shich, hach, ku, ju. Okay, to the shoulder. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shich, hach, ku, ju. Okay, arms across. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shich, hach, ku, ju. Diagonals. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shich, hach, ku, ju. Twisting the waist. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shich, hach, ku, ju. Right hand up, stretch to your left. Come up. Left hand up, stretch to your right. Up. Right hand up, stretch to your left. Up. Left hand up, stretch to your right. Okay, down to your right side. Get your left foot as flat as possible. Try to keep both feet flat on the ground as best you can. Okay, switch it over. Same thing to the other side. Okay, now back over to the right side. Right foot flat. You're up on your left heel. Left toes are up. Okay, switch it over. Okay, move on up. Feet together. Bend the knees. Rotate the knees counterclockwise. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shich, hach, ku, ju. Now, right to left. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shich, hach, ku, ju. Straighten out the legs. And bend at the waist. Try to touch the ground without bending your knees. Okay, now bend your knees. Let the hands come up. Bring your shoulders back. Keep your feet as flat as possible. Straighten out the knees. Bend at the waist. Bend the knees. Bring those hands up. Again, keep those shoulders back. Head is up. Spine is strong. Feet are flat. And toes should be going in the same direction as your knees. Straighten out the knees. Bend at the waist. Come down to seiza. Okay, Chikubutori wrist stretches, starting with Ikkyo. Remember, keep your shoulders down. Keep your elbows down. Try to bring things up your center. And ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shich, hach, ku, ju. Other hand. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shich, hach, ku, ju. Nikkyo, left pinky up, right thumb on top, and bring that pinky back. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shich, hach, ku, ju. On hand, same thing. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shich, hach, ku, ju. Sankyo, grab that hand And twist out. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shich, hach, ku, ju. Hands, same thing. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shich, hach, ku, ju. Kotegaeshi, wrist turn out. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shich, hach, ku, ju. Other hand, same thing. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shich, hach, ku, ju. Okay, grab those fingers on the left hand, stretch them out, bring it down into the ground if you can, straighten it out. Nice stretch on the back of that forearm. Other hand, same thing, grab those right fingers, stretch it out, down. Really stretching the back of that forearm, and now shake those hands out. Okay, so let's go ahead and move over. Gonna have a slightly abbreviated work because we have a lot of stuff we have to go over. So, both feet out in front of you. Try to keep those knees down and reach out for those toes. And come up. Okay, now grabbing your thighs, your knees, your calves, whatever you can, and actually pull yourself. No, here, let me just move back. Let's get okay, and reach and pull. And up. And spread the legs apart. Okay, both hands to your right side. And up. Both hands to your left side. And up. And then both hands to the front or to the middle. Getting as low as you can, keeping your spine as straight as possible. So keeping that spine strong. And come up. And while we're here, let's go ahead and start going over some of those 6Q requirements. So one of the ones is going to be to take basic ukemi. So we'll generally start off with a rocking exercise where we have one knee up, one knee down. We'll tuck our chin in and keep our hands between our shoulders and between our knees. As we do that, we rock back, change our feet, other one comes up. What we try to avoid doing, and I'm going to do this facing back this way, is we try to avoid going flat on both hips and coming straight back. Instead, we want to be here on one hip, up, turn, and back up to the other side, keeping the hands in front of us. Okay, and actually, let's go ahead and do it in this manner so we're all kind of facing the same way, and hopefully we all kind of look the same. So here with our left knee up, right knee down, and each knee, san, shi, go, ro, shich, hach, ku, ju. Okay. Now, generally we progress from the knee and all the way to standing, but for now, let's go ahead and go all the way to standing. And something called hanmi. We have left or hedari, which means my left foot's in front, my right foot is back. My hands stay here. I have my weight approximately 50-50 on each side, so I'm not weighted heavy to the front or weighted heavy to the back. I actually want to have my weight kind of centered over here, so I'm not leaning back or leaning forward. So this is left or hedari hanmi. If I have my right foot in front, that's right. Or migi hanmi, same thing. Right foot is forward, pointing straight forward. My back or left foot is, about 45 to 90 from that. Okay? So, now that we've had an explanation on hanmi, to do the back fall or back roll, kind of depending on your comfort level and how you feel about rolling, we can do it one of two ways. Your basic back fall is you're here, starting left or hidari hanmi. You take that step back, you drop down to the knee, then from here, you tuck that foot in, and then you sit down, up and down, and then you can come straight up. And now you are in right or miki hanmi. If you feel comfortable rolling, then you're here, step back, again, down to the knee, tuck, tuck, and then coming all the way over and around. Again, avoid trying to make too much contact with your head as much as possible, but at the same time trying to get all the way over and getting up in a good solid stance when you get up. So, with that being said, let's do this together. I'm going to do 5 where it's just a basic back fall, then I'm going to do 5 where I do a full roll. Okay? So, starting from standing, together, and each, and I'm just going to go and back up, down, knee, sun, shi, go. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and start doing the full roll. So rope, shich, hach, ku, ju. Okay, so that was our back fall and or back roll. If we go back, we can also go forward. So, we'll do 5 forward rolls from the knees, then we're going to do 5 from standing. Again, they follow kind of the same basic principle as our back fall, because all a forward roll is a back fall reversed. So as I'm here, I'm going to have one side slightly forward, put my hands down accordingly, so I don't have them switch, so whichever knee is slightly forward, that hand slightly forward as well. I tuck my chin into my chest. I have that lead hand, which for me happens to be on my right, come all the way to the ground. My left leg kicks back. I look through this little hole here, and then I roll forward, going from my lead shoulder to my back hip. So once again, as we're here now, I'm left or hidari, the left side's forward, hands come down, left hand goes all the way through, I tuck that chin, my right leg kicks back, and then roll. Okay? And we'll get to it here in a second. If I want to start from standing, I just start from my standing position. I can then either step forward or just come down to my appropriate level and do my forward roll. But as promised, I'm going to go ahead and do 5 from 2 knees, and then I'll do 5 from standing. So, here we go. Each. Now make sure you do the other side. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Rock. Shich. Touch. Ku. Ju. Okay. So make sure you did both sides. So we discussed hanmi, backward roll, forward roll, Now we get to some footwork stuff, or pardon me, hip rolling next. So, Torifuna, or rowing exercises. First one, generally speaking, start left or hidari hanmi. I'm going to do it this way so you can see my feet, hopefully. So, as I'm here, I go forward and back. Now, as I do that, I don't come up, I don't rock back. And I try to keep my everything here, so hit, hold. And there's a breathing pattern you can do with it, which goes hit, hold, hit, hold. It's called rowing because it's like you're rowing the boat. Here in Minnesota, you should be familiar with that term, rowing the boat. So, together, so, yin, hold, yin, hold, yin, hold, yin, hold, yin, hold, yin, hold, yin, hold. Okay. Now, usually, we will then switch over to right or migi hanmi and do the same thing. Breath pattern is similar, but now it's hei sa. Again, keeping those feet planted, so it's forward, hei sa. Hei sa. Again, not just moving the arms, whole body moves forward, whole body moves back, right? So, hei sa, hei sa, hei sa, hei sa, hei sa, hei sa. Yin, sa, yin, sa. Okay, then we go back to left or hidari hanmi and do a double time, which is just hey and hey. So hey, 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 hey. Again, same ideas. Even though you're going twice as fast, try not to get sloppy and just move your arms into it, or just kind of move your lower body. Everything should be working together in unison. Okay? So, double time. So, now at the end, there's various ways in which people end. The one I like is I come back, I take a deep breath, bring it in, down the center, hold that breath for a second, and then just kind of let it shake and move its way through. Just rebreathing. Okay. So now, Menuchi Ikkyo Undo, or swinging up exercise, or what I like to call sometimes just Ikkyo arms, is hands are coming up and then right back down. So they're here, do from 90s, here, they go up, down. Again, do better than I do it, in that everything is synchronized together. As they go up, I'm moving forward. They go down as I move back. They stay in front of my hips. They don't come back behind my hips. And I'm just not raising my arms, okay? I'm not just doing this. I'm bringing everything forward, everything back. Forward and back. Okay, so let's do that about 8 times. Left or hidari hanmi. So, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, Shich, hach. Okay, now we change over to right or migi hanmi, same thing. Hands are here, up and down. So together, 8 times. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shich, hach. Okay, now we get into some of our basic footwork. First one is kaiten, or just a pivot. Sorry, I should leave that pivot or kaiten. So I up, down, and then I pivot. I like to pivot towards my stomach, up, down, and then I pivot back. Again, I have quite a belly, so I go the way my belly goes. I don't pivot back the other way. I pivot the way. Some people say, which way your belt is, or your belt knot. Some of us aren't wearing belt knots, especially during COVID. So what's something that doesn't change? My stomach doesn't change. Well, it gets bigger, but that's beside the point. So here we go. We're going to do this 8 times. So ich, ni, pivoting, san, shi, go, ro, shich, hach. Okay, good. We'll get back to the footworks in just a second because we have other ones that we need to cover. we got to make sure that we also do happo undo, or 8-direction movement. So we're going to use that nice little thing we just did, that Menuchi Ikkyo Undo, and we're going to go 8 directions with it. So if you think of your compass, how it has 4 cardinal directions, and then 4 that are on 90s from it, or 45s, that's what we're going to be doing. So if you go to our website, you can actually see an overhead view of this. You just have to look in our video section. So what we're going to do is we're going to start left or hidari hanmi. So as we do each or one, we slide forward, up, down. We pivot or kaiten, knee, swing up, down. 3 or san, we step with our left foot to our left side, up, down. We kaiten again for number 4 or shi, up, down. 5, now we take our left foot and we step on the 45, up, down. We pivot or kaiten, up, down to 6. 7, now we step 45 this way, up, down, and then hutch or 8, pivot up, down, and you should end up hopefully facing the same way you started, with the same foot in front that you started with. Kind of one of those ways you know you're kind of doing it right, hopefully. So let's do this together once, nice and slow. So each, knee, san, shi, go, ro, shi, touch, and then right back to the middle. Okay, once more together, a little bit faster, so it should hopefully flow a little bit more in time. So each, knee, san, shi, go, ro, shi, touch, back to the middle. Okay, excellent. So next, onto the footwork, tenkan, or turning. Left foot is forward, I pivot, draw that foot back. Still left foot forward, I just turned around. So I'm here, pivot, draw that foot back. I'm facing back the way I started. So let's go ahead and do this 5 times with our left foot in front. So we pivot, draw the foot back. Each, pivot, draw the foot back. Knee, pivot, draw, san, shi, go. Okay. Now let's change to right or migi hanmi. Same thing. I'm here, pivot, draw the left foot back. Each, pivot, draw the left foot back. Knee, san, shi, go. Okay? Now, that's what I would call a basic tenkan. There's another tenkan called iriminage, and that's usually the one most people will get introduced to first, which is step and turn. So I'm here left or hidari hanmi facing you, facing that camera. I step with my right foot, I pivot, I draw my left foot back. Now my right foot's in front, facing the opposite way. If I do it again, I step with my left foot, pivot, draw that right foot back. Now I'm back, left or hidari hanmi, facing back into the camera. So with that being said, let's go ahead and do this together. Iriminage for right now. Just make sure the hands stay in front of you. And each, knee, san, shi, go, ro, shi, hutch, ku, ju. Okay. Last of the footwork we'll cover will just be front foot tenchin, which means my front foot is going to change at an angle. So I'm here, left or hidari hanmi. Something is attacking me from my left side. I look to my left side, decide that's not good, draw my left foot back, and then I draw my whole body back a little bit. So now I'm right or migi hanmi, facing to my left. Okay? So let's do it this way. We're all facing the same direction. Left hidari hanmi. Let's do this about 5 times. So front foot tenchin. I look to my left. Draw that left foot back. Come back. Now I'm right turn to hanmi. Reset. Look. Draw. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. Okay, now right or migi hanmi, same thing, but now it's to the right side. So I look to my right. Right foot draws back. Left foot comes back, reestablishing. Left or hidari hanmi. Look to my right. Draw that right foot back. And come back. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. Okay. In terms of the basic attacks, we have katatetori. So, if I'm here in the camera, if I'm the camera and the camera has an arm, and the arm is sticking its right arm out, if I'm going to do katatetori, I'm going to be grabbing with my left hand in what would be called a mirrored position. Okay? Their right foot is forward, but my left foot is forward, grabbing here. If I want to do hanmi, again, to that same right hand, my right foot forward is, and I'm grabbing with my right hand onto their right hand because my right foot is forward. Morotetori, I still have my left foot in front, left hand is on top, right hand is on bottom, 2 hands on one hand. Okay? Ryotetori, 2 hands grabbing 2 hands, left foot still forward, 1 hand, my left hand on their right hand, my right hand on their left hand. Okay? So, this is all in perspective of the camera being the partner sticking their right hand out. So, katatetori, hanmi katatetori, morotetori, ryotetori. Okay? So those are some of the basic grabs, the basic strikes. So, again, still here, right, or migi hanmi. Okay? So, for shomen, I would also be in gyakyu hanmi or similar hanmi. So, their right foot forward, my left foot forward. My right hand comes up and strikes straight down onto the top of their head. Okay? So, let's do that a couple of times together. So, we're here left with the hidari hanmi. We're going to be striking shomen to the top of the head. Let's do it 5 times on the right with the right hand, then 5 times with the left hand. So, step forward. So, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Okay. So now we're right or migi hanmi, meaning my partner is left or hidari hanmi. So again, shomen 5 times, now with our left hand. And ich, ni, san, shi, go. Okay. Partners back again, right or migi hanmi. Now we're going to do a forward punch or a ski. So now I'm in hanmi. So their right foot forward, my right foot is forward. I'm going to be punching with my left hand. So if I'm here, I bring it forward and go right to the midsection. Okay? And back. And 5 times together. So ich, back, ni, san, shi, go. Okay, now our partner is left or hidari hanmi. So I am also left or hidari hanmi, striking with my right hand, ski or forward punch. And ich, ni, san, shi, go. Last of the basic strikes, yomenuchi, side head strike. So, we're starting off here, right irimi hanmi. I'm also starting off right irimi hanmi, but this time, instead of coming forward and trying to hit him on the side of the head, I got to come off the line to try to hit him onto the side of the head. Why do I want to do that? And my partner's here with their right hand in front, and I go, oh, I'm going to hit you. I tend to eat a whole bunch of fists right into my face if I go straight in. Hence, I want to come off the line and strike to the side of their head. So, yokomenuchi, 5 times. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Okay, so now our partner switches. Now they're left or hidari hanmi. I am also now left or hidari hanmi, striking with my right hand. And ich, ni, san, shi, go. Okay. The last thing is tyno henko. So we're just going to practice that tenkan movement. Usually we would practice it with a partner, where my partner's objective is to make sure that the flat of their palm stays connected on katatetori. So they're here grabbing, and I want to do tenkan. So as I'm here, I pivot, draw my foot back, and as I do that, I try to keep everything in front of me. So I'm here, I get off the line, and I pivot tenkan, keeping my hands in front of me. I don't tenkan and lean back, lean forward, or let my arm come out from my side, okay? So, let's just work on tenkan from here. So we're doing tyno henko. I'm left or hidari hanmi, my partner is grabbing me. Katatetori, I slide next to my partner, pivot, keeping it in front of me, draw that foot back, keeping my shoulders down. My hand should be in front. Now, let's go ahead and switch. So right irimi hanmi. Again, they're grabbing on. Here, I slide next to my partner, pivot, draw that foot back. Again, keeping those shoulders soft, hips soft, right in front of us. Again, back to left or hidari hanmi. Here we are. They grab. Slide next to our partner, tenkan. Right irimi hanmi, again. They grab on, slide next to them, henko. Back left or hidari hanmi, slide next to them, henko. Right irimi hanmi, they grab on, slide next, henko. Last 2, they grab on, we slide next to them, tenkan. Last 1, right irimi hanmi, they grab on, slide next to them, henko. Okay. Last would be kokyu dosa, but we're actually going to cover that at the very end of tonight's class, because it's something that you're going to have to be doing throughout your entire Aikido career, is learning how to move and manipulate your partner without trying to just lift them straight up. I'm not strong enough, I don't hit the gym enough times to just lift my partners with pure brute strength, but I'm working on it. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and start off with the quintessential Aikido technique, iriminage, or entering throw. We'll generally do it off of a shomen. So someone's going to come forward and shomen. So I'm here, left and hidari hanmi. I'm going to be striking with my right hand. Okay? So as I'm here, as that shomen comes in, I'm going to step. As I step, I'm doing actually that Menuchi Ikkyo Undo. I'm stepping and raising. I bring my left hand, grab my partner's head, bring it around, irimi, tenkan, raise this hand up, and then step forward to throw. So, As I'm here, shomen comes in, I step, irimi, tenkan, throw. Couple of key points, we all do it, I know I really like to do it, is to not get overly enthusiastic when you're going to come around your partner. So, what I mean by that is, we just worked on swinging those arms up, they stayed inside our shoulders. Don't develop wings. Okay? So as it comes in, I keep those arms in front of me. And then as I move around here, I don't bring it through and overextend or bend over. I want to keep my posture. I come in here to, when I go to throw, same thing, I throw, but I don't let my posture suffer for it. I don't get overly enthusiastic and think, I got to drill this person into the ground. I just let the motion take itself. So, we're going to do this 6 times, all right? So, as we're here, partner is, sorry. So if you are left or hidari hanmi, your partner is right or maybe hanmi, coming to do shomen this way. So we're here, shomen comes in, I step, irimi, bring it around, tenkan, raise up, and step through the throat. Iriminage. Okay, so now I'm here right or midi hanmi. We just did a second ago. My partner is left or hidari hanmi, striking with that right hand. We're here, shomen comes in, I step, irimi, tenkan, raising up, and step through the throat. Okay, now 2 facing the camera. So I'm left or hidari hanmi. My partner is right or midi hanmi, coming to strike me upon the head with their left hand. So here, shomen comes in, I step, irimi, tenkan, raise up, and through. Okay. Right or midi hanmi. Partner is left, striking with that right hand. Comes in, step, irimi, tenkan, and throw. Okay, last 2 we're going to do on the 90s. So, I'm here left or hidari hanmi. Shomen is coming in this way. So as it comes in, I step, irimi, tenkan. Step through to throw. Iriminage. So, last one, right or midi hanmi. Shomen is coming in, so I step, irimi, tenkan, step through to throw. Iriminage. All right? Okay, so now the ukemi. Let's work on that ukemi. That's half of Aikido is receiving the technique. So, as I'm here, I'm going to strike with my right hand. As I strike with my right hand, my partner's going to come to this side of me. As they come to this side of me, they're going to bring my head to that side. And then they bring it around, which means I have to come around with them. Then they raise this up. As they raise this up, I might want to move with them. And then from here, I can just step back, down. Again, depending on your comfort level for ukemi, you can just take a nice little back foot. Or you can roll, or you can do some more advanced ukemi. Depending on your comfort level. So, let's do this 4 times together. So, here we are, left, or hidari hanmi, striking with the right hand. So I step shomen. As I step shomen, they step next to me. They bring my hand into their shoulder. Now, as a tenkan, as they make that circle, I have to have my foot come around that circle. I still have my right hand, right foot in front. They raise up. As they step through, I step back to match, down, and then take appropriate ukemi. So now, I'm here right, or midi hanmi, striking with my left hand. I step, strike shomen. As I do that, my partner gets next to me. They take my head with them, off my left side. They do the tenkan, so I circle around. Left hand, left foot in front. They raise my head up, drop that left foot back, down, and then take appropriate ukemi. Okay. The last two, facing back to the camera. Left or hidari hanmi, striking with my right hand. So I step strike shomen. My head goes to my right side. Shoulders should be off the hips. As they do that tenkan, it's going to bring me around the circle. They raise up. They step through. I step back and take appropriate ukemi. Now right or migi hanmi, striking with my left hand. I'm here, I step, strike shomen. My head goes to my left side. Again, shoulders shouldn't be on the hips. They do that tenkan, so it brings me around. As it brings me around, they raise up. They step through, so I step back and then take appropriate ukemi. Okay, next one is going to be ikkyo. Okay, first wrist control. So remember how we were doing this stretch earlier? Now we're going to kind of put that into practice. So as that shomen comes in, we're not going to step to the outside to do the omote. So omote, front of the body. As that shomen comes in, I'm going to slide forward. But if you notice, I didn't slide straight forward because someone's coming to hit me on top of the head. Instead, I slide up and off the line. I bring my hands down. I step towards my partner, step away. I want their wrist higher than their elbow, higher than their shoulder. Then my knee, which happens to be my left knee near my partner, comes down. Then my right knee comes down. As it comes down, then I push my hands forward into the mat to go ahead and do that ikkyo pin. So, let's go ahead and get started. Okay. Do this 6 times. 2 this way, and then 2 on the 90s. Or, sorry, 4 this way, and then 2 on the 90s. So here we are. Left or hidari hanmi. Shomen comes in, I slide, cut down. I step my right foot towards my partner, my left foot away. Right knee goes down, left knee goes down. Now at this point I want to be on live toes, or as best I can. Try to have my feet touching. And then I bring their arm down into the mat, more than 90 degrees. They tap and we come up. So now right or migi hanmi, shomen comes in, I slide up off the line, swing up, swing down. Left foot steps towards my partner, right foot steps away. Left knee goes down, right knee goes down. Bring the hand down to pin. And come on up. Now facing the camera, left or hidari hanmi. Shomen comes in, I swing up, down. Step my right foot towards my partner, left foot away. Right knee down, left knee down, and bring the arms down to pin. And come up. Right or migi hanmi. Shomen comes in, I slide in, cut up, cut down. Left foot towards my partner, right foot away. Left knee goes down, right knee goes down. Hands go down to pin. And come on up. Okay. So now on the 90s, 2 more. Shomen comes in, I slide off line, cut up, cut down. Step towards my partner, step away. Right knee goes down, left knee goes down. As it goes down, then my hands come down to pin. Now at this point, I want my partner's arm more than 90 degrees. If I have it pinned way back here, we'll get over the pin on the ukemi in a second, they have freedom to move. So I want to take it to where I stretch my partner. Not that I want to cause pain, Tim. Stretching. Okay, maybe I do a little bit of violence, okay? Okay, so here I am, right or migi hanmi. Shomen comes in, slide, cut up, cut down. Step my left foot towards my partner, right foot away. Left knee goes down, right knee goes down. And then from here, hands come down to pin. And come on up. All right. So, what does the ukemi look like for this? As I'm here, I step shomen. As I step shomen, they're going to bring it off in front of me, okay? Off to the front. They don't stay right here. They bring it over here. Then they cut down. As they cut down, I still want to look at them, okay? In case if my hand's down here when they try to do it, I should be able to stand back up because there's no pressure pushing me down. If I'm here, I try to stand up, they've got something pushing into my shoulder, pushing into my feet. Okay, so that's wrist, elbow, shoulder should fall in one line. And then they step towards me to knock me off balance. Then if you notice, there's a hole right here. Then they step away from me to put me down, putting the shoulder into the mat or into the ground. And again, if they leave it back here, I can rotate from there. The higher up it is, the harder it's going to be for my body to rotate around them. Not impossible, just more difficult. Okay? So, let's work on that ukemi. 4 times, please, together. So here I am, left with that hanmi, striking with my right hand. So I step, strike, shomen. Hand comes off to my left. As it comes off to my left, they cut down. As they cut down, my hand comes down to brace myself. I look back to my partner. They step towards me. Then they step away, putting my right shoulder into the ground. And then they have the hand come down at least 90 degrees and tap. So now, right or migi hanmi, striking with the left hand. Same thing. I step, strike shomen. It's going to come off to my right. As it comes off to my right, they cut it down. As they cut it down, my hand is here to help brace. They step towards me, knocking me off balance. Then they step away from me, putting my shoulder into the ground, and then bringing it down to stretch. And tap. So facing the camera, left hidari hanmi, striking with my right hand. Now here I strike shomen. It comes off to my left side. They cut it down. As they cut it down, notice, I'm trying to look back towards you. They step towards me, knock me off balance. Then they step away, driving my right shoulder into the ground and pin. Okay, last one for the ukemi. Now, I'm right or migi hanmi, striking with my left hand. Shomen, top of head strike. And step, shomen, it comes off to our right. They cut it down, looking back with my partner. They step towards me, knocking me off balance. Step away, driving that shoulder into the ground, and pin. So that was Shomenuchi Ikkyo Omote, or to the front of the body. Now, we go behind the body. How do we do that? So, as that shomen comes in, I'm here left or hidari hanmi. I step with my right foot, but now, this time my hands are up. My right hand is going to go about where their elbow is, and I'm going to pivot. This should look familiar. Tenkan. Then I kaiten, facing back the way I started. Knee down, and pin. Something we all get guilty of, and we all do, even when we've been practicing well, me, is we don't bring it down in a spiral. We just try to take everything horizontal. So, hopefully I'm going to do it right. Hopefully my hands do the right thing. Is, as that shomen comes in, we step, hands are here. Notice they're about head level. And then as I'm coming down, my hands are coming down with me. And then as I get to here, my hands are all the way fully extended in the downward position. That way, when I bring my knees down, it should be a nice steady transition or a nice easy transition back to down. What I did a lot, and I still do, is I'll get up here and I'll leave the hands up there and I'll be like, why aren't they going down? I never brought the hands down with me, and I didn't bring them down in unison. So, let's do Shomenuchi Ikkyo Undo, or behind, together, 6 times. So here we are, left, or hit daddy hanmi. Shomen comes in, we step. Our right hand's on their elbow, we pivot. We're bringing it down, that's our tenkan. Now kaiten. Right knee down, left knee down, and him. And come up. Right or midi hanmi, same thing. Shomen comes in, we step, hands are up, they're in front of us. They're arcing down, we do finish our tenkan. Now we do our kaiten. Left knee down, right knee down, and him. Now come up. Okay, now facing the camera. Hopefully I don't get shy when I do this. So we're here. Shomen comes in, we step. Irimi, tenkan, kaiten. Right knee down, left knee down. Bring that hand down to pin. And up. Right or midi hanmi, same thing. Shomen comes in, we get off that line. Irimi, tenkan, kaiten. Left knee down, right knee down, and hands down to pin. And come up. Okay, so the last 2 now on the 90s. Shomen comes in, irimi, tenkan, kaiten. Right knee down, left knee down, hands down to pin. And up. Okay, last one. Right or midi hanmi, we're here. Shomen comes in, we step, irimi, tenkan, kaiten. Left knee down, right knee down, hands down to pin. And come on up. So, the ukemi, pretty self-explanatory when we think about it. I'm here and I'm striking. Now, they go to my outside. As they go to my outside, they're going to be moving this part of me. Do you notice it moves this part of me? My fingers start to come down. My elbow comes up. Okay? Now, as this happens, and they do that tenkan, that means I have to come around that corner. As I come around that corner, then, at this point, I'm here, where my wrist is higher than my elbow, higher than my shoulder, and then it comes straight down. So if your partner's doing it well, and your ukemi's good, you should feel this spiraling action, okay? But that requires that you both have to work together. Are there other ways to do Ikkyo Undo, Ikkyo Omote? Yes, but for this particular one, we want the idea of spiraling or corkscrewing down, okay? So let's work on that ukemi together. So, again, 4 times. Left, or daddy hanmi. Striking shomen with my right hand. I strike shomen. My partner comes to my outside. They push that elbow up, brings my fingers down. As that happens, now, my body comes down. They make me come around the corner as a tenkan. And at that point, I'm down on the ground, wrist higher than the elbow, higher than the shoulder, and then all the way down to pin and tap. So now, right or midi hanmi, striking with the left hand, right here. We step strike shomen as we strike shomen. Elbow comes up, fingers go down. As they go down, they're going to go around the corner. My foot comes around the corner with it. And then comes all the way down and in. Okay, last two. So facing the camera, I'm here, left, I did that hanmi, striking with my right hand. I strike shomen. As I strike shomen, my partner comes to my outside, bringing my elbow up, fingers go down. As my fingers go down, I turn that corner. As I turn that corner, I come down to a knee. My wrist should be higher than my elbow, higher than my shoulder. And then they bring their knee down, shoulder into the ground, and in. So last one. Right irimi hanmi, striking with my left hand. I'm here. I strike shomen. They come to the outside, bring that elbow up. Fingers go down as they go down. I turn a corner. As I turn a corner, I'm here. Wrist is higher than the elbow, higher than the shoulder. Then they bring it all the way down and in. So those are the first two techniques that we'll do in for fifth kyu, ikkyo and iriminage. They're very quintessential techniques. Now, let's get into kokyu dosa. So, from a standing perspective, kokyu dosa is, think of it as ryotetori, two hands grabbing two hands. So my partner's grabbing my two hands here. If I try to lift straight up, I'm trying to lift my partner up with just my biceps. Again, I don't lift enough weights to do that. So, got to keep my shoulders down, keep my elbows down, and think of my thumbs as coming out to the outside. It's called kokyu. They kokyu out and then up. What that's hopefully doing with my partner is it's bringing their elbows up. So my partner's elbows should come up when I'm doing this, as I'm going around and up. I'm not coming straight up where they can put pressure down. I bring it out, that brings up their elbows. Then I bring it up, bringing their shoulders up. So, kokyu dosa is usually done from a seat, from a kneeling position, or from seiza. So as I'm here in seiza, keep my shoulders down, elbows down, I present my hands. I like to present in a neutral position, so my thumbs are straight up, my pinkies are straight down. Okay, now from here, I would kokyu out as I extend into my partner a little bit. Then I bring it up, keeping my elbows down as much as possible, shoulders down. Now I look to one direction, I like to look to my left. So as I look to my left, I bring everything over to my left and down. As I bring this down, I try to keep everything centered. And then to pin, or to check my centering, I bring it straight down here. One hand is on their wrist, the other is on their shoulder. And then I come up. I like to bisect my partner's center line. So when I'm looking at them and I'm doing the kokyu dosa, I like to bisect down here. I don't just try to pin the arm. Again, totally legitimate. A lot of people do it. That's just the way I like to do it. So again, I'm here. Thumbs go out, extend. Pinkies come up. Now I look to my right. I open up my hip and everything to my right side and down, keeping on live toes, and then to pin, hand, down my partner's center line, and up. Okay, very quickly, it's going to buzz on here, because it's twinkle. You're excited, twinkle, aren't you? Twinkle. Okay, so last little bit, so, when we're doing the ukemi, or what should hopefully be happening is, as I'm grabbing my partner, they're going to be moving my elbows out as they do this. And then as it comes up, it should be lifting up my center. If they're here and here, and all that happens is my arms move, they're going to have a hard time moving me because I'm still grounded. So it's here. So if they're doing the technique right, my elbows kind of flare out. As they flare out, I kind of move forward a little bit. Then as they raise up, everything on me raises up. And then from here, they look to their left. I pivot, and then down. My arms would be out here, and then they pin. Okay? And with that being said, that is our fun for this evening. Thank you all very much for those of you here in person as well as those of you on Zoom. As a reminder, there will be no Zoom class tomorrow, Wednesday, September 16th. We're going to be doing a JASM fundraiser instead from 6 to 7. It's an organization that we've been partnering with. But there will be a Zoom session Friday night, 6:30 to 7:30. We'll continue on the USAF 5th Q techniques and or requirements. And if we get through them all, then we'll have a little fun as to what you can do once you kind of have an understanding of what these techniques look like. And with that, thank you all very much and have a good night.